Yeah, that's right, we are back. Today I'm pretty excited because I've received a package and I'm hoping that inside is the new Andy Anderson deck. So without further ado, let's whip a blade down this edge, get her open. Oh. The guys at the Wave Skate Shop have sent this over. Skater owned and operated, and they can always get their hands on the things that I want to get my hands on, so it seems. Throw that away, we've got a bit of packaging. And there she blows. Some other things lurking in here. Bit of grip tape. And also some trucks. Okay, so this is the Heron 2 egg flight board. It's made out of the flight construction. It's 8.7 inches wide. It's 32.3 inches long. It's got a 14.5 inch wheelbase. And it's totally symmetrical. Called the egg because it's got a bit of a bevel along this edge and this edge. The idea here is so that when the board hits the ground, it doesn't chip, it just sort of rolls. And both of the ends are exactly the same. So nose, tail, tail, nose. And these are modelled around what the old flight deck would end up looking like after a little bit of use. So I've got my 9-inch flight deck. I'm just going to offer this up. So there's the tail, and you can see that the edges have rolled off there. And sure enough, it's not a million miles away from my pretty worn 9.1 inch flight deck. I think it's probably just a little bit narrower on the shoulders, but it's still got that stubby nose. I'm pretty excited about the idea of having a board that has no way round. So the amount of times I go on the coping and the board's round the wrong way, sometimes you do a trick where the board ends up round the other way and then it's not in the right position to do the next trick. I thought I'd take the opportunity to pop on some new trucks. I didn't really want to pop on a set of trucks that have been broken in one way or the other, as I'm really looking forward to riding this board back and forth, not really knowing which is the front and the back. I've heard great things about ACE trucks, and the new ACE Hollow AF1s are out, so I've ordered up a set of these. They come in these rather nice looking bags, and inside, oh my goodness, hollow axles and a bit of hollowed outness there, and these look pretty nice. These are the 55 polished hollow trucks, and that gives you an axle length of 8.5 inches. So I was thinking that'd be just under the 8.7, might work a treat. So let's just whip this film off and take a closer look at the graphic. As you can see, the graphic is symmetrical, so there's going to be no clue as to which is the nose and the tail from this one. It's the old Andy Anderson graphic pretty much put in half. Looks amazing. There's a couple of updates. On the end we've got the Heron intertwined with the flight logo and some sort of stars for a bit of a starry day and night. And there's also what looks to be a sort of moon or an earth there in the middle. Looks pretty rad. And then on the top we've got that secret glass fibre stuff that comes with the flight construction. Without further ado, I'm going to slap some deck grip on here and then also put on those new ACE trucks. Okay, that's the grip tape finished. I've gone for a symmetrical design that doesn't give away which end is which. I'm going to pop on these ACE Hollow trucks, and I'm going to pop my favourite 55mm Spitfire OG Classic wheels on. These are a 99A Durameter, and they've got the big ball bones bearings inside. And one other feature that I haven't discussed is the concave. This is the K20 concave, and I'm interested to see how this one feels. I haven't been using the flight construction deck as of late. I've been having a lovely old time scooting round on the 7-ply 9-inch Andy Anderson deck. So I'm interested to see how this feels. I'm going to bolt all this together. I'll see you on the other side. So there we go, all finished and looking pretty splendid. I've decided to change it up by not putting any rails on. Could always put those on later if I feel I need them. And I've also not put any riser pads in, just to see how these trucks feel direct on the deck. Again, if I get a little bit of wheel bite going on, I can always pop in a little 1/8" riser further down the line. I can't wait to get out there. I'm going to ride it around for a few sessions, get a bit of a feel for it, and then I'll report back with my findings. We're back after a few sessions, and I have to say I really enjoyed riding this board. It's got a familiar feel because it's got the same concave and also roughly the same tail stroke nose design as the original Andy Anderson board. I really like the symmetrical concept. Loads of benefits, such as the board never being round the wrong way, always dropping in with the board round the right way, and also it wearing out evenly, the truck's wearing out evenly, and it feeling the same for nose stalls, tail stalls, fakie or switch. The egg outline certainly stopped any chipping, still in pretty good nick on the rails, and I have to say it felt really secure in the rail stand. Now my freestyle skills are a little bit rusty, but I still managed to get up there on the rail, flip out of it, and also do a Casper. The flight construction felt nice and responsive. I've been riding the 7-ply Andy Anderson quite a lot lately, so I can't wait for them to bring out the 7-ply version of this. Really could add that extra little bit of feel in there if you're not so into the flight board construction. The no rails experiment kind of worked. I really enjoyed the feel of the board on the coping for rock to fakies and any sort of spinning half cab or off the nose style rocks. But when it came to the sliding, it was definitely trickier. I found I was sticking quite a lot to start with, and the remedy for that was just to go faster and harder and also improve my technique, trying to just sort of rush my knees up to alleviate the pressure on the board to start with to allow that slide to happen. After a bit I managed to get a board slide on the mini ramp on the steel coping, and also managed to get my nose pivot lip slide going on the pull coping. I think on reflection I probably will pop some rails on, as I really enjoy doing the long slides, and even going fast and improving my technique, I wasn't able to get anywhere near my usual board slide that I do with the rails on. The Ace trucks have been working a treat. I think the biggest compliment I can pay them is that I haven't really noticed them being on there. I've ridden Indies since day one, so that's what I'm used to. The Ace trucks turn really nicely, they grind really nicely. I actually enjoyed the slightly narrower truck. I'm used to 159s, which is 8.75, and these are 8.5 inch. And I found that my axle stalls and also my 50-50 grind seemed to go up in terms of the amount I completed. Definitely got me a bit more consistent, which I found surprising because I thought a wider hanger would clip onto that coping easier, but it actually turned out the narrower truck felt really good for locking in. Now I have to say the bushings that these trucks came with felt like they were made from chewing gum. I tried everything I could to get them to work, wound them down about 4 turns, but I had to admit defeat. I changed them out for my usual Bones hardcore medium bushings, and it was business as usual. I would say at this stage that the Ace trucks certainly don't turn or grind better than my independent trucks. It's early days though. These are not fully broken in for the grinds yet, and also I've got to factor in that I've only ever ridden independent trucks, so that's what I'm used to. Fitting the truck straight on the deck worked a treat. It felt great and I didn't get any wheel bite. There are a few snicks in the graphic, and I think that's from when I'm on the 50-50 grind with the wheel pressed right down there. Overall, I really like this board. I think I'm going to make it my main choice for mini ramp and also any sort of flatland and freestyle stuff. The 8.7 width makes it nice and nimble, and that shorter wheelbase also seems to work quite nicely. I think for the pool and the bigger transitions, it'd be great to have this board with a 15-inch wheelbase. But to be honest, the 14.5-inch wheelbase was totally workable and actually felt better for certain things, so it was swings and roundabouts. Well, that's it for this video. If you have any questions about this setup, please do leave them in the comments below. Also, if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit subscribe. I make new videos every week. You can also follow me on Instagram @JohnBishopSkate. As ever, my name's been John Bishop, and I'm a middle-aged guy learning how to skate.
Yeah, John, what up?